Hey, this is Charles with Historical Gaming, and I was recently at Siege of Augusta, and I came across a vendor there who was working on several Kickstarters and had a great product. The name of the product is Impudent Mortal, and he does laser cut terrain buildings in 28mm and 15mm. Actually, he does some other scales too, but particularly I was interested in the historical stuff. As you can see, he has a very nice selection of buildings. They're very well priced, and they paint up well, and there's ways to make these buildings, especially the stone historic buildings, multi-era, which I find particularly nice. I've changed the roofs a little bit so you can do different styles, so I'll show you that in just a minute. This is the one I found the most flexible. It is stone house, so it goes anywhere from medieval periods all the way through Europe. It is $15, which is an excellent price. And one thing I found about this guy, he offers so much at such a great price that it's very easy to build a whole collection for a very affordable price. There are some other companies out there that do laser cut terrain, but most of those I found kind of complicated or very basic and not enough detail. These are really nice. The windows are well done. The doors are here. The roofs are removable, and those are all things I really look for. I personally tend to do more historic, so I'm going to concentrate this video on historic buildings, but he does all sorts of fantasy, science fiction, and the buildings are amazing. They paint up well, and you can see some examples here. This is pretty much what the kit looks like when it comes out of the box, and it's very easy to assemble. You'll notice these are MDF board materials here. There's very nice etchings on here, so those should wash very nicely. They just punch right out. Very nice detail on the windows. You can do some highlighting in those if you like. Okay, so we're going to start with the base, and we're going to do this just to show you how these models need to go together, because when you do the town, you're going to have to do this for all of them first to make sure you have all the parts in the right place. Some of the parts fit in the same way, so like you might end up with some parts left over when you're done. So it's important to make sure that things fit. Once we have all these to the side, you'll notice this is the roof because it has the shingles on it and the dots. You're going to do a test run here. And the important thing to remember to get in the habit of is to measure these roofs and make sure that these sides match up, because some sides are short, like that. We want to make sure that those sides match up on the same side, because if they don't, these are actually different heights, as you'll notice. So one's a little bigger than the other, and that allows them to overlap. So after you put the building together like this, you're going to put a rubber band around it. And test the roof, make sure you got the roof in the right spot. That'll just hold it together while we double check. Make sure that we have the roofs in the right side there, and that's perfect. And as long as one side fits, the other side will fit fine. Okay, so now we're going to glue this, and we're going to come back and I'm going to show you a finished, semi-finished product. Again, I primered gray, and then I took armor finish and just washed it real good so the cracks will show up. You'll see the windows look really nice. We can decorate those with a little brown and highlight those. The roofs are shingled on one side. We could paint the other side if we wanted to have it a double textured roof. So if we wanted to have like a terracotta on this side or black roofs on some of our houses, that would give us some variety, and we could just flip it over and the same side will fit. We'll see that also in the 15mm miniatures. As long as the roofs are straight, that'll work fine. But some of the buildings have diagonal roofs. These will not do multicolor because the pieces are specific for the roof of that building in a particular way. So earlier I was talking about the different eras you could do. You could do the tile or the shingled type roof. You could do the flat side. You could paint this like a terracotta or something like that for a Spanish style look to it. Or you could get some teddy bear fur, and I put a little paint on here to decorate it up a little bit. But you could use this for a medieval house very easily, and you can see that it converts to medieval, to European, French Indian War, whatever you wanted to use. It works really well. Before I primed it, I put a piece of tape over this to help keep the natural brown coming through. You'll see a door knocker I could highlight here with a little brass and a little see-through window. Again, it's very nice. And here's the inside. This is a 28mm cottage of sorts. It is damaged. You can see the holes from artillery, some nice looks to it. Same thing with the door, left that uncovered. This is basically primed with white and just whitewashed a little bit. And it kind of gave it a terracotta, not terracotta, a stucco type look that I liked. I like the buildings to look a little worn and not completely in great shape. Since this one's damaged, it's got a little smoke, and I could put some cotton balls in here and make it look a little smoky. But this is really nice, very nice. And then again, the tops just pop right off. And now we come to my favorite, which is the 15mm Village for $35 from these guys. They are absolutely awesome. You can take these roofs off and you can paint them different colors. Like I was telling you earlier, I had not finished it on the stone building yet, but you can have terracotta roofs. Or you can have brown roofs. You just flip them over. So only the straight ones will do this. You'll notice that the detail in the windows is very nice. Now I spray painted this with white primer and just lightly coated it. You'll notice that the natural color of the wood is underneath, and that's the stucco effect that I was going for. We can highlight these windows and make them look a little nicer if we want. But what a great deal. So again, we got the roofs. I know you've seen this, but I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty exciting stuff. And there you have it, Impudent Mortal, a great website and a great company to deal with at some really good prices. I hope you check them out, and take care.